The world we live in now is so loud. Notifications everywhere, social media, TV, work, family, even random gists from people you don't know. And sometimes, without realizing it, you find yourself just far from God. That's why I had to be intentional about staying spiritually aware, no matter how busy or distracted life gets. So, in this video, I'll be sharing 3 ways that have been working for me, which might help you as well. The first thing I do is starting my day talking to God before speaking to anyone else. This might sound simple, but it changes everything. And I remember picking up this habit, I think during my teenage years or my uni days, and it has stuck with me since then. Because back then in school, the hostel was always noisy, and then you have roommates, sounds of everybody. Some people might have like early morning lecture, sound of them getting prepared, trying to, get ready for the day. But I made it a point to always just lie in bed then for a few minutes after waking up and just whisper, "Thank you, Lord, for another day." It wasn't always like a full 1 hour prayer or 30 minutes prayer or even 15 minutes prayer. It was always just a short prayer and just a real conversation with God. Now, fast forward to my adulthood days with family and everything else going on in my life right now, I still do it because this habit makes me conscious that my day belongs to God. So, the second thing I do is carrying what I feed my mind. For me, it's not about just avoiding bad things. Yeah, it's about filling myself with the right things. I notice that whenever I listen to worship music or faith based podcasts during my commute and my daily activities, my heart stays lighter and my spirit is more sensitive. But if I spend the same time scrolling through endless videos, gossip blogs, posts that are not edifying on social media, I end up feeling drained. So now what I tend to do is choose my inputs deliberately. Sometimes it even requires me deleting some social media apps from my phone. And Instagram is one of those social media. There was a time I got addicted to that platform, and whenever I'm there, I just get lost. Like I may be there for a particular purpose. Before I know it, I'm already scrolling endlessly, and before I know it, 1 hour, 2 hours has passed. So now I choose my inputs deliberately. I choose what I feed my mind deliberately. As of now, the only social media that I'm active on should be, let's say, YouTube and X. Yeah, YouTube and X. And I made it a point that whatever I'm engaging in or feasting on this platform are things that actually edify me or help me grow in other areas of my life. So this is just like me creating my mind. The third thing that has helped me so far is quiet check-ins with God during the day. Life moves so fast, but I've learned to always take a pause. Sometimes it could be in the middle of a deadline or other times when I'm cooking or just going about my daily activities. I just stop for a few seconds and say something like, "Lord, help me to see you in this moment." And most of the time, this is not about formality. This is just about knowing that God's presence is with me. And those little pauses, especially days when life feels overwhelming, reminds me that I'm not alone and that God is with me. At the end of the day, we can't control how noisy the world gets. But we as believers have a choice to choose how in tune we are to God. I've seen it over and again in my own life. The days I start with God, guard what I feed my heart, and keep checking in with Him, those are the days I walk lighter, hear Him clearer, and feel His presence even in the midst of chaos. And this is not about being perfect, it's about being present with God daily. So, if this blessed you, take a moment and think, what's one habit you can start today to keep your spirit awake? And hey, if you're new here, this is Season Tongue. My name is Abimbola. This is where I share real conversations to keep your faith growing. I also share commentaries on sermons by my spiritual father, Bishop David Oyedepo, that has blessed me. And I hope they bless you too. So don't just watch and go. Kindly like this video if you are blessed by it. Subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you won't miss any edifying content like this one. And also, if this touched your heart, make sure to share it with somebody you love. But until then, stay aware, stay focused, and keep your eyes on Jesus. See you in the next one. Bye.